Hi, welcome to another video at BooksGenie.ai. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create journals using BooksGenie.ai in a matter of minutes. So let's get started. The first thing we need is actually create a project. So I'm going to just go here and click on create new project. Then we are presented with this dialog, so we can start from scratch using custom project, or in our case, since we are creating a journal, I'm just going to go with the predefined configurations. That is a journal that is 6 by 9 inches, which has hardcover, black and white. But actually for this one, maybe I don't want to go with a hardcover, so I'm just going to go with a custom project here. So I'm going to call this one my journal, and we are going to create, let's say, a gratitude journal, right? So I'm going to call this one gratitude journal. Click on next. I'm going to go with the paperback instead of the hardcover, and I'm going to go with matte as the finish. Then I'm just going to go and choose the 6 by 9 inches. Or is that 6 by 9 inches? Click on next. And then for the inside, I'm not planning to add any colors, so I'm just going to go with the black and white paper. But if you would like to add some colorful elements into your journal, just make sure you select one of the color options here. For the pages, I think it's going to be like 120 pages, which is like kind of standard, I would say. Then I'm going to go with next. This is just a review of everything we selected so far, and then we just click on create new project. Then our book is opened in the book editor. And then what we can do is actually create the interiors, right? To do that, you can go to templates, and you can see that we have so many templates related to standard journals, right? So we have different format for the lines that you can see here, wide ruled V1, and then wide ruled with the margin here. And then we also have like different kind of rules. There are multiple of them. We also have these dots kind of grid one. So I'm going to show you quickly how you can actually use one of these, right? So let's say you would like to create a very standard wide ruled journal. So you just go here, select your page, and then just click on this one. And then this is applied automatically to the selected page, right? And it's perfectly fitting the margins and all. You can definitely change the lines here. So you can just go to this line color and then change it to something you like. So I'm going to use, for example, this light gray here. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, this is good because then you don't, when people write, you don't want to have this very hard line, right? Depending again on your target audience, maybe in some cases you would like to have more visible lines, but I think this kind of color is actually a good one. That's pretty much it. Now you don't have to go and add all and repeat the step for all 120 pages, right? Instead, the idea at BooksGenie.ai is basically you work on your page in one page, right? Regardless of which page you choose. And then using that page as a template, right? So now once you are happy with this content, what we can do is actually replicate or clone this to all of the other pages. And it's easy to do. You just go to this page here, and then you can see these buttons, and then one of them is the clone, right? So you click on that, and then this dialog will pop up, and it will ask you to choose where you want to clone the content of the currently selected page to the other pages, right? So we are on page number 1, so we don't need to select that one. And then we just go to page number 2 and scroll all the way down to all the pages, and then hit shift and click on the last page so that you select all that range, and then just click on replace content. Once you do that, all of our pages now have the same content as the page that we were creating. And that's pretty much how you can create interior for a journal. This is the basic journal that you can do. As I said, you just go to a template here, add it to one of the pages, play around with the settings and stuff, and then once you are happy, just clone it to the other pages. That's how easy it is. But in this video, I'm gonna create something more special, right? And we're gonna do that. So let me delete this one. And what we can do is actually going to create a gratitude journal. And for that, I don't want to start from scratch like zero. I have no idea what would be in the page for a gratitude journal. So what you can do, you can always go to our AI magic here. And we have this AI designer. So when you click on the AI designer, we have the option to provide a design prompt, like explain what we want to create. Be more descriptive. The more detailed you are, the better result you will get. And we also have the option to actually upload an image that already contains a design of our page. In this case, I don't have any page, so I'm just gonna ask the AI to design a page for gratitude journal. So I'm gonna do create a daily gratitude journal page. This is very simple, but as I said, the more detailed you are, the better result you get, right? So if you have an idea of how the page should look like, put it here as well. In my case, it's very basic. I just want to have like daily gratitude journal page, and let's see what the AI will come up with. So then you click on next, and then it asks you where you want to apply whatever the AI comes up with. I'm just going to select the page number 1 because, again, we can always clone the page once we are happy with the result. So we don't have to select all of the pages. So I'm just going to select page number 1 and click on generate. Now the AI is going to design a page for us. So we just have to wait here. This could take some time because it actually does a lot of processing. So just be patient while the AI is doing its magic. Great, so let's see what the AI came up with. As you can see, this is what the AI actually came up with. It's very basic, very simple. So we have just a title here, we have a date, and then we have these 3 bullet points. I'm not really happy with what I got here, so I'm gonna try and be more descriptive here, right? Create a gratitude journal page with titled sections. So I would like to have different sections that have titled instead. I'm gonna go again and click on generate. So we have to wait again. So let's see what we get now. Yeah, now we have actually a better design, right? Because now we have 3 things I'm grateful for today, and then something that made me smile. Let's good sections here, and then my positive affirmation for the day. I'm happy with what I got here. As you can see, the more detailed and the more descriptive you are in your prompt, the better result you get, right? So just by adding, I would like to have titled sections, the AI was able to add these title sections here. So this is how you can actually create journal content or journal design using the AI. And we can always modify what we got here, right? So we can change this one to daily. Daily gratitude. What I can do as well is maybe change it like this. I can also change the font to something a little bit nicer. Maybe this one. Nope. I'm gonna go with this one here. Then we have our day. So I'm just gonna increase it a little bit to have more space. So I'm gonna select these 2. Go to position, make sure they are centered. Oops, not what I want to do. They are centered. Yep. And then I'm just gonna group them so we can easily move it. All right, so we have all of these items. We can also add some stuff here if we want. What we can do as well is, instead of using these AI generated lines, I can simply delete these ones here. And then I can go to my paper and then add the lines that I would like to have here. So I'm just gonna do something like this. right? And then what we can do as well is basically change the height to something we are interested in. So maybe something like this, right? 30 looks good. I'm gonna just add, one here. Okay, and then I can actually do the same. So I'm just going to delete these ones, but you can always keep them, right? I'm just showing you what you can do with BooksGenie.ai instead of just using whatever you got, right? And then this one looks good to me. So what you can do, you can actually duplicate this one using Command D or Control D, or you can click on this button here to duplicate the selected element. And then you can just move this one here as well. And then I'm gonna do something similar. So I'm gonna do duplicate, and we added it here. So now I'm just gonna make sure that it is centered on the page. Do the same for all of the other papers. Yeah. And then I'm gonna increase this one here so we have more space. And then just drop this one a little bit here. And then I can just change the color to some light gray that I won't like to have. So now we have our very basic page, and you can be creative on what you would like to put here. So I'm gonna, today's gratitude, right? And I don't like this font, so I'm just gonna go back to the fonts here and change it to something. So yeah, I just changed the font to be like Popin. This is very simple. We can also decrease the font size maybe. And then I'm just gonna put it like this. And you can be creative when it comes to the design, right? But this is how you can actually design a page using AI. And then what you can do as well is just do the same thing. So let's clone this page to all of the other pages. So our page number 1, and then select all the other pages here and hit replace. And now all of our pages have actually the same design as the others. So that's a pretty basic gratitude journal that you can design. Now to work on the cover, let's actually go to the images here. And then we go to Pixabay and maybe search for background. And see what we can get here. Maybe we can have something nice. You can also go to illustrations. This one looks good to be used as a cover. Maybe we can find something. I like this one, so let's try it. Okay, we're gonna use this one, so we're gonna just reduce the size here so it's more visible. And then what I can do is actually increase the size. I will go beyond the margins and stuff. As you can see, I extended it. And then I can also actually duplicate this page, this image, and then put it here, right? And what I can do is now change the background of this color. So I go to background, and then I'm going to change it to something within the image. So this one. Great. You can see, so our front cover will have this nice design here, like this design. And then the back will have something similar. And then I kept the spin, as you can see, will have the background that I just selected, right? So this actually makes it look nice. And then what we can do, one trick as well, you can see that when I increase the size of the images, it went beyond the size of my cover. But then if you would like to have a clean look, you can just click on the outside and then move your mouse a little bit. So then you see the perfect cut of your book. And it looks pretty nice. So what we can do now is actually just add an image to it. Not the image, but a title. So I what I can do is go to the shapes, then click on these square here. So let's make it a little bit bigger, rectangle kind of. And then what we can do is add some rounded corners here. I'm going to change the color to white. This is the one that's been selected. And then maybe I can change the opacity a little bit, right? And then we can actually write a title. To do that, I'm going to text, click on add headings. It's going to reduce the size of this one to be journal. And then I will also add another text here, and I'm going to change this one to be gratitude journal. So now we just have to play with the fonts and the size, right? So I'm going to go to the font here and choose something like maybe this one. If I increase it, or what if we try this? Yeah, this one looks cool. So just keep increasing the font size here, maybe. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this one here. So I'm going to use this, increase its font size to something that they can put maybe here. I think what we can do now is make sure that this one is actually centered. So I'm gonna click on center. Great. Maybe just a little bit up here. Yeah, I think this looks actually nice, right? So I can leave it at that. And this is how you can design a cover for your journal pretty fast and easily, right? And then what you can do once we are done with it, we can just export our book to upload it to Amazon KDP by clicking on export here. And we just have to wait for these to finish. Now that the process has been completed, we can just click on download and I will save it and then open it. So this is my cover. As you can see, it actually looks pretty nice. I like it. And then this is our interior. Which looks also nice. One thing we forgot to actually do is actually leave like a blank page at the beginning to put a title and so on, but that's pretty easy, right? You can just go ahead and do that on the book editor. That's pretty much how you can create journals using BooksGenie.ai. In fact, you can create any kind of journals. You just have to be creative, take advantage of the AI features, and yeah, unleash your creativity. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.